The pounding on my door made me jump. I opened it to find two HOA board members, clipboards in hand. "We're replacing all the front doors in the neighborhood," one said flatly. "I didn't agree to that," I replied. "It's already scheduled. You'll thank us later," the other added, brushing past me to measure the frame like I wasn't even there. 2 days later, I came home from work and froze. My door, my solid oak door with the stained glass panel I'd chosen years ago, was gone. In its place was a bland beige slab that looked like it belonged on a storage unit. I stormed over to the HOA office. "You had no right," I told the woman behind the desk. She barely looked up. "It's in the interest of uniformity." There was nothing wrong with my door. Her eyes narrowed. "Uniformity isn't about what's wrong. You'll get the invoice in the mail." A week later, I got an envelope. I expected a bill for the door. Instead, it was a $500 fine for unauthorized modifications. I marched back to the office. "You replaced my door without asking, and now you're saying I modified it?" "That's what the board determined," she said. "That's a lie. And you know it. Sir, the more you argue, the more fees we can assess." That's when I decided to fight back. I knocked on neighbors' doors, and it turned out I wasn't the only one. Michael's porch light had been swapped without his permission. Linda's shutters had been replaced with cheaper ones, and they'd find them too. We started gathering proof. Photos, emails, anything that showed the HOA made the changes themselves. The more we dug, the messier it got. Turns out, the HOA president's brother owned the contracting company doing the work. At the next meeting, I stood up in front of a packed room. "We have evidence you've been making changes without consent, then fining residents to cover inflated costs," I said, laying out the photos and documents for everyone to see. Murmurs erupted. A few board members shifted uncomfortably. The president's face went red. "This is slander," he snapped. "It's proof," Michael said, holding up a signed work order showing they authorized my door replacement before even contacting me. Residents started shouting for answers. Someone yelled, "Vote them out," and the room exploded into chaos. By the end of the night, the board voted to remove the president and reverse all fines. We even got the option to restore our original fixtures, paid for by the HOA's reserve fund. 2 weeks later, my oak door was back in place. I stood there, hand on the familiar stained glass, listening to the quiet. For the first time in weeks, I felt like I actually lived in my own home again. Like and subscribe for more HOA horror stories and full-length videos on our channel.